Well, thanks for having us. My name is Christian, and this is
Lottie.
Lottie. We started this business back in June of 2017, and I met Lottie through a mutual artist. His name was Free, and we just started collaborating on different projects, and I noticed that what Lottie brought to the table was very different than what I brought to the table, so we combined both of our assets and we just created TEKTON and took TEKTON to the next level. I feel like our dynamic really allows us to be very versatile, and that's what I think makes TEKTON successful, because we're able to be very
we're able to adapt to anything, to any situation,
Yeah.
because we have experiences in all walks of life and relationships that we bring to the table. And the most important thing is that we keep each other accountable on what our weekly goals are, and I think that's like the most important thing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so TEKTON actually means is an old word for originally handmade craftsmanship. It's actually a word that is a very old word, and I stumbled upon it reading a couple of these just blogs that we sometimes are browsing through, and the actual corporation name is called Technologies. TEKTON LA is just our Los Angeles and California DBA. So as we continue to share these new innovations and new technological solutions, you will slowly start to see that TEKTON is much more than just printing t-shirts. We're really doing above and beyond just being a t-shirt company. That's why we wanted to really, and we started with printing t-shirts because I have a family background history in that. My family's been in the silkscreen business for years, decades, originally back to my home country. So I guess that's where my DNA comes from, being in the printing industry. But we focus 100% on our efforts on digital printing, which is much more different than traditional standard silkscreen printing. So that's the biggest differentiator between who TEKTON is.
And in being that both, like he said he's an immigrant. He's from Mexico, I'm from London, Nigeria. For me, like, this is a perfect situation as far as my grandma used to come here, take me out, downtown LA, get clothing and sell it back in London and Nigeria. So what makes this, different from everybody else is that we have access to other places as well, and we're all about making sure that we leave an impact and really connect with everybody here and focus on a lot of community-based events. That's what we want.
Well, we really picked the space much more or less because we stumbled upon this place. We were originally going to be on 11th Street, right across from here, but on the opposite side of the 11th Street, not Los Angeles Street. And it was like last minute of the day we were supposed to sign the lease. The broker calls us and he says, "Yo, I have this one space, like you should just come check it out, like last one. And I already like this space, and the only difference between that space and this space is that one had 3 floors and this one's just one single floor. So I thought having 3 floors was pretty cool, but that space needed a lot of work. But that was what we were willing to do just to get the space. And then as soon as I walked across the street, when I saw that the address was like 10 steps away, I fell in love with the place, because most of the place was already furnished, and I think the other space was nowhere near. We would not be able to do what we do in reality by being at that other space.
Yeah, because as you can see, like the way the whole setup is with the marble floors, the lights, the aesthetic of this place is what gravitates like certain kind of people. Because I'm in the entertainment industry as well, so it's relatively simple for them to come and like, whoa, what is this? As opposed to typically like other places where it seems more like a sweatshop, or it's not customer service based. A lot of people really resonate with this because they can come connect with us anytime. Well, for us, like we always said, like community impact is like our number one thing. Because what's the point of doing this? And from our prior experiences, as far as the projects that we have, like we always like, connecting with the community. Like he says, like the Santee Alleys is more like a community base as opposed to like a tourist thing, and people need to know a little bit more about the history of what this place presents to them.
Yeah, I grew up around down the street. I actually used to go to San Jose, the church right here, growing up. So now being a business owner right next to that church is always a reminder that we're, where we come from. You can never forget where you come from. And, I think that's why we started in LA, because I had the opportunity to start this exact same business in Boston, because that's where I was stationed for a while before I came back. The only reason I came back was because my family's in LA, and I grew up here most of my life, so I wanted to bring back all the tools and all the nuggets that I learned out on the East Coast back to the West Coast, and hopefully expand back over there at some point.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. We cannot wait to share our next technological innovation. It will be very unique to what we do, and it has to do and it addresses anything from climate change all the way to textile waste, which is something that a lot of these fashion brands have tried to do, but because they are selling at retail, it's very hard to communicate somebody to like not buy me but still buy me. So for us, being a service-based company and being custom, we feel that we're best poised to lead that part of the conversation, to be really transparent in what happens to your clothes. And if we can be part of that and create some kind of business model around it, then we can. Who knows how big we can be. No one really talks about like Goodwill and these Salvation Army companies, but they're doing very well, and we would love to be part of those conversations too.
And yeah, like you said, like we want to definitely educate more people about what's available, and being like we are, customer service, then we are making things custom and tailored to individuals. I feel like we have a better chance of, having an impact in the community, bringing everybody together on a good cause, something like this. As far as the life learning experiences, we've taken this. We started off with like a bar mitzvah. We've done like a few of those where like we've had kids, different experiences. Kids crying, kids waiting about an hour for their print. So it's like we see the impact, because the engagement rate, in the events like more like a 90%, where everybody just connecting with each other, family, everyone's happy. Those are the kind of things that we like to do. And expect to see us at your next life learning experience. You can definitely book us. You can find more information on our website.
TEKTONLA.com, iTekton.com. Yeah.
TEKTONLA on Instagram, and my Instagram is Landoli Gaga, and his is Chris Tekton. We'll definitely give you guys information so you guys can definitely check out and see our journey.